Welcome all to Happy Learning. Today we are going to know about operant conditioning of B.F. Skinner. This theory is known as operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is a process of learning through which organisms learn to repeat behavior that yield positive outcomes or permit them to avoid or escape from negative outcomes. B.F. Skinner formulated this theory of learning in the year 1930. The theory is called operant conditioning as it is based on certain operation or actions which an organism has to carry out. In this theory, Skinner makes a distinction between the respondent behavior and operant behavior. And this is the Skinner's experiment. The experiment is used through Skinner box. It is a special apparatus which contains the rat, liver and a foot petal dispenser. According to him, there are two types of responses: elicited responses and emitted responses. Responses elicited by specific stimuli are called respondent. It is made by the specific stimulus response connection, that is SR connection, called reflexes. Another one is emitted responses. This is operants. Response which need not be connected with any known stimulus but are emitted by the organism are called operants. Skinner considered an operant as a response or act that operates on the environment and changes it. Operant conditioning is the process whereby an operant behavior is made more frequently by reinforcement. Here we can see the principles of operant conditioning. There were three principles related with reinforcement, shaping, stimulus generalization. Reinforcement behavior that is positively reinforced will reoccur. Intermittent reinforced is a particular effective. Shaping should be presented in small amounts so that responses can be reinforced. And stimulus generalization, that is reinforcement, will generalize across similar stimuli producing secondary conditioning. Reinforcement is of positive. Here, positive reinforcement is a stimulus which, when added to the situation, increases the likelihood of the preceding response. Examples: food, money, etc. in educational context are praise and reward. Negative reinforcement also can be seen. It is a stimulus which, when removed from the situation, increases the likelihood of the desirable behavior. Examples are electric shock, loud noise, etc. In education, teacher gives drill work for students. And now we are going to see punishment. Punishment is defined as the opposite of reinforcement, since it is designed to weaken or eliminate a response rather than increase. It is an adversive event that decreases the behavior that it follows. Punishment can work either by directly applying an unpleasant stimulus like a shock after a response or by removing a potentially rewarding stimulus. Punishment is of two types: negative punishment and positive punishment. Negative punishment reduces a behavior by removing a pleasant stimulus, and positive punishment reduces a behavior by presenting an unpleasant stimulus. Here, as teachers, what you want to do in operant conditioning is we can modify the undesirable behavior of maladjusted children, can develop the personality successfully through operant conditioning. can motivate the students for classroom work. Reinforcement like prizes, blames, grades, etc. should be used. Reinforcers should be used periodically so that the possibility of extinction of desired behavior is reduced. Teacher has to define the task and reinforce the students' correct responses to increase the possibility of its reoccurrence. Learning activities have to be divided into large number of small tasks and have to be reinforced one by one. Contributed a lot of development of teaching machines and program learning can be made through this operant conditioning. Thank you all.